Wow, I'm really bored. I was browsing YouTube and I came across some YouTubers doing fast food tier list videos, and I watched some of them, and I felt I had to get my opinion out there. And also, I felt a lot of them were not as comprehensive as they could have been, so I've gone out and found 42 of the most popular and common fast food places at least in America, and I'm going to give my opinions on them. Um, S tier, of course, is the best, down to F tier, which is absolute garbage. I would never eat this. Why would anyone ever eat this? These three are for places I've never had, because there are a few of those. But I've also got three categories for those. The plus being places that I've heard good things about and that I want to try. The X being places I've would never eat in my life, and the dash just being places that I don't really have any opinion about. I just never had them or am neutral on them. So let's start with some controversial opinions that I think I'm gonna have. Chick-fil-A. I've never had it. There's one not too far from where I used to live, but there was another place nearby which I'll get to that I always ended up going to instead. Um, but I've heard it's the best, and I'll put it in the plus for now. Another one that I've never had, In-N-Out. I'll put in a plus because everyone says it's the shit, but I don't live on the West Coast, so I've never had it. Let's see here. Other things I've never had. Tim Hortons. I'm also putting in a plus because from what I hear, it's basically just like Canadian Dunkin' Donuts, and I like Dunkin' Donuts, as you'll see. Spoilers. And I like Canada, so I'd love to try it if I ever go there. Um, White Castle. I've never been there, but just why? Why? Why on earth would anyone want to eat that? um, I it just every time I go past one, it just like makes me sad. Same with Long John Silver's. Why would anyone want fast food fish? Like that just seems like a recipe for a terrible time. I'm not trying to get salmonella. And I don't mind fish. But I've only ever seen one, and it just like I don't know why that business exists, to be honest. Um, all right. Let's get to some of the F tier restaurants. Let's see here. Okay, this is one that maybe people haven't heard of, but I've seen them around. I went there once, and so it's Pita Pit is absolute F tier. It's basically just like a shittier version of Subway, except they're pitas instead of sandwiches. But I went there once, and I was like excited about it. It was actually right next to a Subway, and it was just the most boring food I've ever had. It was way more expensive than Subway, and I just can't even fathom why it exists. And the name Pita Pit, like who who picked that name? Why would you want to go to a pit to eat? I don't know. I just think it's everything about it was just like I just don't understand why it exists, and it was worse than Subway and way more expensive. And yeah, not would not recommend. Um, let's see. Not a lot of other places here I would put in. Okay. Okay, Arby's. I've never actually had Arby's, but my one experience with Arby's was I was at this food court once, and a homeless guy came up to me and asked me to buy him food, and I was like, I felt bad, and so I said yes, even though I normally wouldn't. And I was like, let me just finish eating. And so he waited for me, and he just kind of like stood there awkwardly while I finished, and then he just like walked up to Arby's to get some food, and he got like the most expensive thing on the menu and like a large meal and like an extra side. Like I would think if somebody was buying me food, I would not pay $15 or more worth of food. So just for that reason, I'm gonna put in the F tier. Also because everything I've heard about is that it's just garbage, and I've never met anyone who likes it. So F tier for Arby's. Even though I've never had it, it gets an exception. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick one randomly. Other okay. So some other shitty places. Quiznos I've also never had, but I can't. Every one I've ever seen, I've never seen like a Quiznos restaurant. I've only ever seen them like inside of gas stations, where it's like the gas station employees are also working to make Quiznos, and it just I don't even think that's a controversial opinion. I'd be amazed. I've never met anyone. I'd be amazed if anyone sees this and thinks, "What do you mean Quiznos is the best?" Um, I feel similarly about Jack in the Box. Never been there, but all I've ever heard is like just the shitty tacos with like the slice of cheese on it. No thanks. Let's see. How about some places that I just all right. Little Caesars never had it, but it just seems like it's any other pizza place. Meh. Um, let's see. There's a lot of fancy burger like Steak and Shake. Oh wait, no. Actually, I had Steak and Shake once, but it was a long time ago, and I remember it being just like pretty forgettable. So no opinion. Shake Shack's supposed to be the absolute shit, um, but never had it. Whataburger, same thing. It's pretty much the same thing as an out regional burger place that I've never had, but everyone swears by it who lives there. Carl's Jr. never had it. I don't really get what it is. Never met anyone who's had it. I don't know. Just why. A&W had it once, a long time ago. Again, same category as Steak and Shake, just like had it a long time ago, but it was pretty forgettable. Um, Same thing with churches. Never had it, and just don't know that much about it. There's a couple here in Chicago, but and they always seem pretty popular. Maybe I should give it a try. But, this could probably go in the plus, but I don't know if I'm ever have the opportunity to go there, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way. Um, I think that's all the ones that I've never had before. Yeah. Okay. So let's finish up with the shitty ones. Uh, I've never had Checkers either, but I've seen one. I've heard good things about it, but again, same with churches. Like, I'd go there if I had the opportunity, but I'm not going out of my way. Okay. Okay. Here's one that I think might be controversial. Chipotle. Um, I love Mexican food. It is my absolute favorite. But Chipotle, I've had it a few times, and it was just like forgettable. Like it was fine, but for what they charge, just not at all worth it to me. I really just don't understand all the hype. Maybe it's because I don't like guac, and everyone talks about like how great the guac is, but it's just like boring Mexican food and too expensive and takes a long time. So I'm gonna put Chipotle in the D tier just because like it's not bad. Like I don't dislike the food. I just think it's way overhyped and way overpriced, and not super convenient. Um, I forgot. I've never had Jersey Mike's either, but I'm gonna put that in the plus just because I like sandwiches and I've heard really good things about it. Um, let's see. Sonic. I had never been to a Sonic until very recently. I would always see the commercials, and the commercials, like it always looked really good. Like I always really wanted to try Sonic, but I'd never seen one. And I live in Chicago, which you'd think would be like they'd be everywhere because most things are. But I had never seen a Sonic in my life. And then like just a few months ago, I found out there was one not too far from where my girlfriend lives, and she and I went there together, and I was like so excited, and it was okay. Like it didn't live up to my expectations. Maybe they were just like my own unrealistic, inflated expectations. I don't know, but it was fine. Um, but I guess I'll put it in the C tier just because it was fine. But like I think it could have been so much better, and maybe I just didn't get the right thing on the menu. I think I'm gonna give Sonic another chance, but for now, it's a C, bordering on D tier. Um, Papa John's. So, I just realized this list is missing Pizza Hut. I'll get to that. Papa John's is I think between it and Domino's, which are like the two biggest like competitors, I think Papa John's is worse. I remember there was one time we ordered Papa John's when I was a kid, and the delivery it was we were like in a hotel, me and my family, and the they gave us like the completely wrong pizza, had like olives and all this weird shit on it, And then like my brother went to try and like run the guy down after because we'd already paid him and stuff. And then went to try to like run him down in the hotel, and he like ran away from him. Like he ran away from my brother, and like so he wouldn't have to deal with like the like fixing it. I've had it since then and it was fine, but I think Domino's is better, so I'm just gonna put Papa John's. And you know what? Yeah, I think Papa John's is E. It's worse than I'd much rather have Chipotle than Papa John's, and that's not saying much. Um, Dairy Queen, kind of similar to Sonic in that I had very high expectations for it from all the commercials and stuff, but worse because the food was just worse. Sonic's food was okay, Dairy Queen's was just shitty, and like even the ice cream wasn't that good. I'm gonna put Dairy Queen in the E tier as well, for that reason. Um, let's see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's talk Popeyes. So Popeyes, I used to love. Like, I think if I made this tier list like 4 years ago, Popeyes would be like A, maybe an S. But I don't know if the food has gotten worse or if I've just gotten like tired of it. But since I've been there, like the chicken has just been like more greasy and like I don't know. It's just I think it's not what it used to be. I will say though, most of their sides, especially the fries, the Cajun fries, are the fucking best. So I think I'll put Popeyes in B tier for now, but I think it could be in C as well, which makes me really sad to say because I used to love it, but I don't know what happened. Um, Burger King. I know a lot of people really shit on Burger King. I've always been a fan, but at least I don't know. I think they get more hate than they deserve, mostly because their chicken fries are fucking dank. I don't eat like fast food burgers that much, so I've never like I don't have much of an opinion on their like on the Whopper or anything like that. Like if I go to a place like Burger King, I'm going for the chicken fries, and I think they're pretty good. But I think there are better options, so I'm gonna put it at a C for now. But probably could be a D. Yeah, I'll stick it with a C for now. Auntie Anne's. Uh, there was one of these at my school, and everyone was like so big on it just because like it was the only like restaurant that was like in my school. Like otherwise, you just had to have like the shitty dining hall food. But I don't think it's that great. Like hot pretzels are fine, or soft pretzels, whatever you want to call them, are fine. I think they can even be really good, but I think Auntie Anne's are just like kind of boring and like a little overpriced. I don't know. I kind of like their like the sweet. They had like a cinnamon sugar one, which was good. But like in terms of like going there for like food, like for a meal, and not something that's like sweet, desserty, I'm gonna put it in the D tier because I would never pick it out of a list. You know, I would only go there if I had to, if it was like the only option, which is what I did at school because it was the only option. Let's see. Um, so all the ones remaining are ones that I'm pretty high on. I think those are all the D or below. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I think all the rest of these are at least a C or higher. Let's talk Subway because I know a lot of people hate Subway. A lot of you would probably put it in the F tier. I've seen a lot of tier lists where it was put in the F tier. I really like Subway. I know one big criticism against it is that it's just like you get like a worse sandwich than you can make yourself at home, which is true. But I'm also very lazy, and also like no one's gonna make themselves like a buffalo chicken sandwich or like a meatball marinara or like have all those fancy, not fancy, but all those different kinds of sauces and stuff at home. Like you're gonna make yourself like a fucking ham and cheese or whatever. At least I would. And yeah, a ham and cheese you get at Subway wouldn't be that much better, but also why would you get a ham and cheese at Subway? You know, when there's so many better options. Also, a big plus for Subway for me, which I think a lot of people sleep on, is the breakfast sandwiches. Foot long, a bacon, egg, and cheese at Subway on a flatbread with a little bit of jalapenos and some sweet onion sauce. One of the best fast food meals you could possibly have. So, I think, and I think if you go about it the right way, you can get a pretty filling meal at Subway for not too much money. There are definitely cheaper options out there, including on this list, but I think for me, Subway is between a B and an A. I think I'd say A for now, but like an A minus, just because after all, it is just like sandwiches. And but like I feel like with Subway, you know what you're gonna get. You know, like a lot of other places, like McDonald's, for example, which I'll talk about next, I guess. You can have like a really shitty meal or like a really good one, just depending on like which one you go to or like the day that they're having. But like Subway, it's the same. It's a sandwich. You know, it's like the same ingredients all the time. Like the quality control is there, and also they're fucking everywhere. So like wherever I am, if I like need to go eat something and like not have to worry about it, then I know I can find a Subway within like a 10-minute walk tops, which is a big plus. So yeah, Subway definitely. I think I just convinced myself it's definitely an A. McDonald's used to be for me like an E or an F because I don't think their burgers are all that good and their McNuggets are fucking trash. People love the McNuggets. I don't understand it. They're disgusting. I can't eat more than like 5 or 6 of them before I just start feeling gross. Like they're just so horrible. Um, ugh. I will say McDonald's fries are pretty great. I think one of the best fast food fries out there. Although sometimes they're too salty. But recently, McDonald's became much higher because they brought back chicken fingers. They used to have the chicken selects, which were my shit when I was like 10 years old, and then they discontinued them for years. And so I was like, well, why the fuck would I go to McDonald's if they don't have the chicken selects? But they brought them back. They don't call them that anymore. They're just like buttermilk chicken tenders or some shit like that. But the chicken fingers, they're really good, super cheap, large fries. McDonald's can never do you wrong. I'm gonna put McDonald's for that reason in the B tier. Way better than Burger King. Um, while we're on the topic of these types of places, we can talk Wendy's. Wendy's is another one that used to be higher for me, but has fallen recently. Biggest reason, kind of the inverse of McDonald's, in that they took away a great item, which was, I think most of you know, the spicy chicken nuggets. One of the best fast food items of all time. Nay, one of the best food items of all time. And they got, I don't know why they would ever get rid of it. It was never like a limited time item, was it? Like it was, that was like a staple of their menu. Like everyone I know, if they went to Wendy's, they were getting the spicy chicken nuggets, including myself, and they got rid of them. So big, big fall for Wendy's. Like I think Wendy's used to be A for me. Their fries are pretty good. Those spicy chicken nuggets, the best. Their burgers are pretty good, but I think because I'm just bitter that they got rid of the spicy nugs. But you know what? I was about to say they belong in C tier, but I think they're better than Burger King. Um, you know what? I'm gonna move Burger King to D tier. Yeah. Oh, but they've got the chicken fry. Ooh, is this tough? No, I think Burger King can stay in C tier, and I think Wendy's is also C, but I think Wendy's is like a C plus. Um, and their shakes are help a lot with that. It's just like I just don't know what I never know what I want to get when I go to Wendy's, and it's like it's not because there are too many good options, it's just there's too many that are just like, eh, you know, like it's just nothing excites me there anymore. But if they bring back the spicy nugs, that this Wendy's becomes an A, no question. Um, let's see, Jimmy John's. I've only had Jimmy John's like once or twice. So I was like a really picky eater growing up, and so we used to go to Subway a lot when I was a kid, and I liked that because I could just like I could choose like exactly the things that I wanted, and like I knew exactly what I was gonna be eating. Jimmy John's was like, as far as I know, it's like the you like pick a sandwich that like comes with all the stuff on it, and I didn't like that as a kid. I think I need to give Jimmy John's more of a chance. I've only been there once or twice, and I don't remember much about it. So you know what? I think actually Jimmy John's. I'm gonna go here along with Jersey Mike's because like I've had it, but I don't have that much of an opinion about it right now. But I think it's something I need to give another chance to. Um, while we're talking about sandwiches, this is a place which that I had never heard of until very recently, like less than 6 months ago. I just like stumbled upon one. I thought it was just like like a family owned or something. Like I didn't think it was a chain until I like saw a mention of it somewhere else, and then like Googled it and found out that it was. It's another like same type of thing as like Jimmy John's or Subway, except basically it's just like better version of Subway. The only knock against it is that it's a little pricier, but you get to choose like exactly what you want. They have like a lot of really cool options, like hot and cold sandwiches. I think the ingredients are a little better than Subway's, um, but it's just a little bit pricier. So I think it can go on the same tier as Subway because it's like the cost to quality ratio is the same. So it just like depends on like what you're in the mood for. Also, they're a lot harder to find than Subway. I've only ever seen one, but apparently they're all over the country. And apparently they have locations in like the Middle East, like Dubai. So if you're ever in Dubai, hit up which. Um, let's see here. Wingstop. So I love wings so much. That said, I think Wingstop's wings are not that great, but like even not that great wings are still like pretty fucking good meal. Like, right? But the thing that Wingstop really has going for it, I like their variety. They have a lot of different like, so they can like if I'm in the mood for like spicy or like some like teriyaki or like garlic parmesan or whatever, like they've got a lot of really good stuff, like really different options. So like I can always find something that I'm in the mood for there, unlike Wendy's. Also, little known fact: Wingstop's fries by far the best out of anything on this list. I will fight anyone on that. Like it's weird because it's a wing place, but their fries are so good. They season the hell out of them, and like I have no idea what kind of seasonings they use. It almost tastes like a little bit sweet, which I know sounds weird, but just like trust me, go to Wingstop, get some fries, thank me later. So I'm gonna put Wingstop in the B tier, but it so easily could be higher because like if they just had better wings, like just the chicken itself was better than, but like their sauces are good, the fries are amazing. I think it's just like if the chicken itself was better, then higher quality, then it'd be A tier, no doubt. Also, Wingstop is a good choice if you have a lot of people because you can get a fuck ton of food for like not that much money. If you split it all amongst yourselves, you can all eat really well for like less than $10. Like get a lot of food. Um, Plus, it's great when you're drunk. Okay, we're getting into some good stuff here. Let's see. What's okay? Oh, KFC. Maybe KFC probably could have been mentioned earlier. Um, KFC is kind of a mixed bag in that I think you can have a pretty big difference in quality depending on the one you go to. Um, I don't fuck with the legs, the breasts, or the thighs, or any of that. I just get like the popcorn chicken because I think it's a little safer. Like they're basically just like chicken tenders but in nugget form, um, and like hard to fuck that up. KFC's ranch is really good, and also their sides. The fries, the like potato wedges, I think they call them, are really really good. Mac and cheese, really good. Potatoes, really good. Um, but I think the biggest knock against them is every KFC I've ever been to has been like a shithole, like messy, dirty, like fucking weirdo people in there, like, and a lot of times the service is really bad. Like it takes really long, and the employers are pretty rude. This is just in my experience. Like maybe the ones near me are like shitty managers, but um, so I think for that reason it goes into a C. But like if you go drive through, but I don't know if I've ever done KFC drive through, but it wouldn't surprise me if it also takes longer. Um, but I think the food itself is like B tier, but I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me on that. Let's talk Krispy Kreme. I think Krispy Kreme is great, but it's too one-dimensional. Like, if I'm specifically in the mood for like a really fucking sweet glazed donut, then sure, Krispy Kreme is great. But Dunkin's has way more kinds of donuts. Their glazed donuts are like just barely not as good as Krispy Kreme. They have so many more options. Like, I don't know if I'd ever go to Krispy Kreme, especially because I'd have to go out of way to find one, when I could much easier find a Dunkin's, like, no problem, because they're fucking everywhere. Um, so, Krispy Kreme, I guess it's a B, just because, like, the donuts are good, but it's like, I don't know. I think most of the time I eat Krispy Kreme is when I get them in the store, like at a grocery store when they sell the dozens or whatever. Like it's been a long time since I've ever actually been to a Krispy Kreme. Also, okay, while we're talking donuts, we can talk about Dunkin's. Dunkin' Donuts for me, easy S tier, no question. And I don't even drink coffee, so I know a lot of coffee drinkers might disagree with that. I don't know if their coffee's any good, but the donuts are amazing. They have so much variety. The muffins are good. Munchkins are great. For like if you want to feed a group cheaply, or like make your friends happy. Bring some Dunkin's to the party. Some Munchkins can never go wrong there. But their breakfast sandwiches are so good and they're so cheap and they're so Dunkin's is so easy to. It's just like and also like I love breakfast. Breakfast is by far the best meal of the day. And so like I can go to a Dunkin's at any time of day. I can go there for dinner. I can go there for at midnight. I can go there at 8 in the morning. Like, and I would just like love me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant at Dunkin' Donuts. They used to have this like limited time like sriracha bacon sandwich that was like so fucking good, but they got rid of it, which makes me sad. But still, easy S tier just because quality, price, diversity of options, and like easy to find. Like it's got everything. I'd probably it's quite possible I eat at Dunkin's more than any of these other restaurants. Uh, yeah, actually, I think that's very easy to say. Let's see, Domino's. I think Domino's gets way too much hate. I'm gonna put it in the B tier, um, because I think their pizza's pretty good. Like everything about Domino's, I think is like pretty good. Nothing, none of it's like, oh, this is really good. But I've never had something at Domino's that I was like disappointed with. I think the quality control is really, really high at Domino's, unlike Papa John's. And I think yeah, it's like if I want a pizza delivered, I'm going to Domino's, unless I'm going to a local place, which I do a lot. But if I'm in like a place I don't know, or like a place that like an area I don't know, or an area where they don't have a lot of good local pizza places, then like Domino's, like you can never go wrong in my opinion. Also, people sleep on the other options. Like they recently changed their name to Domino's from Domino's Pizza because people didn't realize they had other things, and like the chicken wings, pretty good. Sandwiches, pretty good. Like I would even argue that Domino's chicken wings are better than Wingstop. The only problem is their chicken wings are a little more expensive. It's like $8 for like 8 wings or something like that. It's like, but if you do like the pick two for delivery, where you get like two things for like $6 each, you can get 8 wings for $6, and that's a little better. I think Domino's could be cheaper, but for like if you're just feeling super lazy and you just want food brought to you and you don't want to have to get up and get dressed and take a shower or whatever, um, Domino's is I think your best bet for that. Um, oh, and Pizza Hut's not on here. I would say Pizza Hut is a C tier. Here, I'll make my own. Pizza Hut is C tier. Because it's basically like the same. That's true of Domino's, just like slightly less good and slightly less options. Although Pizza Hut has the breadsticks. The best thing Pizza has going for it is those garlic breadsticks. Domino's needs to get on that. Um, yeah. All right. Panera. Some of you might not consider Panera a fast food place. I think it's technically the term is fast casual, which I think would also be true of like Five Guys or Culver's or Chipotle, which I'll get to, all of those. But I think Panera is the fucking bomb. It's so for one thing, it's so different from any of these other things. Like it offers something that none of these other places do. They're pretty easy to find. Like most cities will have at least one or two. Um, so it's like if you're in the mood for like something hot and like that feels like real food, Panera by far your best bet, unless you're trying to eat at like a real restaurant. But like chicken noodle soup at Panera is by far the best soup I've ever had in my life. No question, so good. Um, and they give you that shit and like with like the baguette and like use that to like sop up the broth or get that in a bread bowl, even better. Oh my god, damn, I kind of want some right now. Their mac and cheese is also really really good. I know a lot of people who go for like the sandwiches and the salads. I've never done that personally because like whenever I go to Panera, I'm just like, fuck, why would I try something that like I don't know if I'm gonna like when I can just get like the best mac and cheese or the best chicken noodle soup I've ever had in my life. So Panera, I think, is B tier only because the it's a little more pricey than most of these other options, but you know it's the quality is definitely there. Um, Five Guys. I think Five Guys is good. Like it's definitely good. Like definitely, I think better burger than any of the places I've talked about so far. Um, but I don't think it's that. Maybe I just don't like burgers that much. Like I like them, but I'm never like, oh, this is so fucking good. Um, but like their filling, it's tasty. The fries are really good, and they give you so much of them. Only problem is like it's pretty expensive. I'm debating where to put it right now. I guess I'll settle with B. I think yeah, Five Guys B tier. I can live with that. It's good and like I'll happily go there, but I think it's not as good as I think it's overhyped and overpriced. Um, Same thing I said about Chipotle, except Five Guys is not as overhyped and not as overpriced as Chipotle is, which is why it's a couple tiers higher. All right, we're getting into some of the cream of the crop here. I'll talk Taco Bell since I know most people. This is a very polarizing one. I think everyone either loves or hates Taco Bell. There's no in between. Like I think everyone would have either like S tier or F tier. For me, easy S tier. Like I said, I fucking love Mexican food. I think Taco Bell is arguably better, if not like at least just as good as Chipotle in terms of like how good the food tastes. In terms of like the food quality, okay, Chipotle wins, but I'm not trying to live. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not trying to look for healthy food. Taco Bell tastes so fucking good, just like greasy, spicy, not spicy, but you know, seasoned and cheesy. Like you can't go wrong with that. Their sauces are great. Also, side note, not technically fast food, but Taco Bell has some tortilla chips that you can buy like in stores. I've only ever seen them like in gas stations that are flavored like their sauces. They've got like the hot, mild, Diablo, the hot Taco Bell tortilla chips. So good. Trust me. Um, but yeah, I just think like they have so many different options. Amazing like limited time things. Like I feel like most of the limited time like foods that most fast food places offers are like really gimmicky and like not that great. Taco Bell, yeah, oftentimes they're gimmicky, but they're always good. I've never been let down by a taco. Like the nacho fries, they had the fried chicken nachos. I don't remember what they called them, but they were like basically chicken nuggets shaped like nachos, and with like the nacho cheese. It was so good. And triple double crunch wrap, amazing. Like they've got the best limited time offers, and they bring them back too. So it's not like oh never gonna have that again. Like they always bring them back once every couple of years, which is great. Um, they've got Baja Blast. Like what's not to love? Like Taco Bell is the fucking best. Yeah. Um, while we're on the topic of Mexican food, Moe's. This is one I'd never heard of because I don't we don't have them in Chicago I don't think. But when I moved to the Northeast for school to New England, they had them there, and I think Moe's and Chipotle are on the same level in terms of like what they're trying to do in terms of like pretty quality Mexican food for like a little bit more expensive than you get at like a Taco Bell. A lot more expensive than you get at a Taco Bell. That's the other thing about Taco Bell. It's cheaper than like anything on here. Like you can eat better for Taco Bell with $5 than you can at any one of these other places. Um, no question. But yeah, anyway, Moe's. It's like the same price point as Chipotle, same like food quality, but just like way better. Like the food tastes way better. Plus they have the queso, which is the best shit ever, and you can get this thing. What do they call it? It's been a while since I've been there. A stack, which is like it's kind of like a crunch wrap from Taco Bell, except like better food and tastes better. But I think the only reason it's not an S tier is because it is more expensive, and I think overall, like Moe's food is about just as good as Taco Bell, but it just costs more. But like if I want like something really tasty, some really good Mexican food, I go to Moe's. But like if I ever drive by a Moe's, because I don't see them ever, if I ever see one, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go eat there right now because I love it and I don't get to get it that much. Um, Raising Cane's. This is another regional one. They sell nothing but chicken fingers. If you're not familiar, it's like same type of deal as like. You know what? No, it's not the same type of deal as anything because it's what other place do you know that only sells chicken fingers? Like it's and they're so and I love chicken fingers in case you haven't noticed from my description of these places, but they're so fucking good. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, and they have like their special secret sauce, which is like the only sauce you can get there, I think. But I have no idea what it is. It's like this. I, I don't have a clue, but it's amazing. And you can get like four chicken fingers, a big serving of like what are those called? Crinkle cut fries, and they give you a slice of like buttery toast with it's like this big fat like Texas toast. It's like buttery and it's like so good. Like amazing meal you can get there for like $8. Like I there's one that's like a half hour away from me, and I more often than I'd like to admit I drive out there to get it just because like I crave it so often.
Yeah, Raising Cane's is good shit. Um, Culver's is another regional place that I'm gonna put also in the A tier because Culver's is it's like the same type of thing as Five Guys. I just think it's better. Like same price point, same quality of food. I just think they have more options first of all because they have like a bunch of chicken sandwiches and they have like fish sandwiches and like chicken fingers and all that stuff. So they have better variety, like slightly better like quality, I would say, in my opinion. Similar price point, but they also have milkshakes, like really really good. Like you see in there, it says Culver's frozen custard. Like they have all kinds of crazy like Dairy Queen level variety, except it's way better. You can get all kinds of mix-ins and like all kinds of crazy shit. It's the best. Um, it is the greasiest fucking food you will ever eat. Not greasy, but like it's so rich. Like you can get fried cheese curds there instead of fries as your side. Like I always feel so gross after I eat Culver's because it's just like so rich, but it's so fucking good. And finally, Panda Express. Easy S tier for the simple reason that I think there's no better meal out there than just a fuckload of orange chicken and a fuckload of white rice. Can't go wrong. And Panda Express, like, I'm a simple man. Like, I love that shit. And I've never had any. They have all kinds of other like crazy shit. I don't eat Chinese food like ever, but I fucking love orange chicken with rice. And Panda Express has that. It's pretty cheap. What's not to love? Yeah. So I'm gonna look through this one more time and see if there's anything that seems like now that I look back on it, like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be above that. I'm still like, this is a dilemma for me where to put like McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's relative to each other. I think like there's no question McDonald's is best, then Wendy's, then Burger King, but they're all like so close to each other. I'll just put like a little separate category off to the side for these because they're all very similar in what they're trying to do. It's this order, but it falls somewhere in like this region, but pretty close together. Um, let's see. Yeah, Popeye's better than KFC. Pizza Hut better than Papa John's. Not as good as Domino's. Pita Pit is trash. Yeah, there's my fast food tier list. I don't know why the fuck I did this. I must be really fucking bored today. And now I'm really fucking hungry. Problem is I don't have a car anymore, so I might have to go to Subway just because it's close by. But yeah, if you disagree, I don't give a fuck. Cheers.